hand, the state government built 435 units of low-cost housing in Taman Cempedak SPU priced at 40,000 in 2008, and a further 204 units of low-cost housing in Halaman Tenaga, Daerah Timur Laut, priced at 42,000 in 2011. Apart from this, the Penang State Government, together with the PDC, have embarked on 12 projects which will see some 22,545 units of affordable housing being built in Penang, which comprises low-cost, low-medium-cost and affordable housing units ranging between 200 to 400 on the island and 150 to 250,000 on the mainland. Although I have repeatedly stated the details of the said 12 projects for the benefit of those still suffering from denial syndrome, I here reiterate the actual truth, which is as follows. The 12 locations for these affordable housing projects by the Penang State Government are at SP Chelaya DTL, Teluk Kumbar DBD, Jelutong DTL or NED English, Pentasan Sisil DTL, Sandilands DTL on the island, and Bandar Kasia SPS, Kampung Jawa SPU, Ampang Jaja SPU, BM SPT, Juru SPT, Mak Manding SPU, and Ujong Batu SPU. In fact, the commencement of work for phase 1 of the Bandar Kasia project, comprising 149 low-medium cost units and 371 affordable housing units, a total of 520 units, actually began last year. In fact, the Penang State Housing Department has already submitted the name list to Penang to the PDC for this project. The commencement of works for the projects at Teluk Kumbar, SP Chelaya, phase 4 of Bandar Kasia and Kampung Jawa, which will comprise 1633 low-medium cost units and 2381 affordable housing units, total of 4104 units, is expected to be by the end of this year. In fact, for your information, Teluk Kumbar has already begun out of the 4 that I mentioned just now. So actually 2 have already begun, which is Bandar Kasia, which is already nearly a year now, and Teluk Kumbar several months. The commencement of works for the projects of Jelutong, Pintasan Sisil, Sandilands, phase 7 of Bandar Kasia, Ampang Jaja, Mak Manding and Bukit Bertajam, which will comprise 220 units of low-cost housing, 3382 low-medium cost units, and 1861 affordable housing units, a total of 4439 units, is expected to be by next year, 2015. Whereas the commencement of works for the projects at Juru, Ujong Batu and the remaining phases in Bandar Kasia, which will comprise 600 low-cost units, 3725 low-medium cost units, and 9223 affordable housing units, a total of 13,528 units, is expected to be in 2016. Now, these are all very detailed numbers, which I think my media friends have given to you many times before. So I thank the media that has published it before, and I hope we will continue to publish the actual position. Apart from the provision by the Penang State Government of low cost, low, medium cost and affordable housing as stated above, due to the absolutely dismal failure of the federal government in providing such low cost, low, medium cost and affordable housing to Penang, in particular under the programs promised to Penang under its Perumahan Rakyat Satu Malaysia Prima scheme, the private sector has also contributed to low cost and low medium cost housing to Penang under the requirement to provide 30% low cost or low medium cost housing under every development. In this regard, since 2008 to May 2014, the private sector has built 12,471 units of low cost housing in the 5 districts in Penang, whilst a total of 7,608 units of LMC low medium cost housing were built in the 5 districts during the same period. Further, a total of approximately 3,796 units of low-cost housing and 5,246 units of low-medium cost housing have been approved to be built by the private sector in the 5 districts in Penang. It is clear that the Penang State Government has delivered low and low-cost housing and will continue to deliver the same, and also affordable housing units as stipulated above. I reiterate my stand that the provision of affordable housing is in fact the responsibility of the federal government. This is especially so having regard to the fact that Penangites pay one of the highest amounts of taxes to the federal government. Although YB Dato' Johana Hamid has stated that the federal government will deliver prima housing to Penang, quote, otherwise it will be a blow to BN, unquote. Such similar statements have been made by representatives from the federal government, including the CEO of Prima, Dato' Abdul Muttalib alias, Penang Federal Action Council Chairman Dato' Zainal Abidin Osman, and even the Prime Minister himself, Dato' Sri Najib Tun Razak, way back since 2012 when Prima was formed, that such affordable Prima housing would be built in Penang. However, their empty statements have proven to be an actual blow to BN. As to date, not even one unit of Prima affordable housing has been built. It is not a question of it being otherwise, it will be a blow. Zahara only said it on Friday. leaders higher in the hierarchy than her have said it since 2012. So it is actually a blow, because today not even one unit has been delivered. In fact, as I pointed out, Prima has even published editorials allegedly claiming that Prima affordable housing units will be built in Bukit Lugo and Malik Pulau in Penang. To be fair, I challenge Dato' Zahra Hamid to get the federal government to officially respond in writing to the queries both by me and the Honourable Chief Minister YB Tuan Lim Guan In as regards the status of the implementation of Prima affordable housing project in Penang by the end of the current State Assembly sitting, to show its sincerity in wanting to deliver such Prima housing to Penang. After all, I've shown you the editorial by Prima that says Bukit Lugo and Malik Pulau. After all, Zahra Hamid said otherwise it will be a blow to Penang. So can we have it in black and white? Because I've written numerous letters until I've forgotten. I think you all have forgotten also. How many press conferences we have held? No answers. I have to read in the paper and Zahra Hamid have to say, otherwise it will be a blow to BN in Penang in the State Assembly. So I give them an opportunity because we are awaiting Prima. We have been asking because we sincerely want it. Because the federal government, as I say, is the third source of provision of affordable housing to the state, apart from the state government and the private sector. But this has not been forthcoming. So now that we have got editorials, now we have got a statement by Dato' Zahra, let them show their sincerity. Respond to us. Our letter is very simple. What is the status of the implementation of Prima in Penang? My earlier press conferences, you can refer to the actual dates of the various letters I've written. Three things I'm asking. Where in Penang? How many units? And the timeline of implementation. Three things I've asked, three things you know I've asked before, and three things we ask them to respond in writing officially by the end of this meeting to show its sincerity. Now, as regards the housing projects by JKP and Perda, we reiterate that we are willing to sit down and discuss with Dr. Zainal Abidin as regards his allegations that we have deliberately delayed approving their projects, which we vehemently deny. It should be noted that the units proposed to be built by JKP and Perda are not 100% low cost and low medium cost. They include units up to 1.85 million on the island and 575,000 on the mainland. Further, it should be noted that the lands upon which JKP and Perda projects have been built are substantially lands that have been acquired for a public purpose. Surely, this must mean only low cost, low medium cost and affordable housing units should be built, as this would be for a public purpose. Now, the Penang State Government is prepared to approve their projects if they revise their plans to build only 100% low and low medium cost housing and even affordable housing. I think this was even confirmed by the Chief Minister himself just now. They should forgo the 150 million profit that they are set to reap in their state projects so that the housing units can be priced at a more affordable range for the benefit of the rakyat of Penang. In fact, the projects, this I want to point out, the projects that will be built by the Penang State Government together with PDC as stipulated above will definitely see the state government incurring a loss. It is no secret that the building of such affordable housing requires heavy subsidies, whereby it has been said that current subsidies can go as high as 40,000 per unit. And I refer to an article in none other than the Times. The Times which refers to the radar meeting attended by PM last week, where several issues were raised. And one of the issues raised in relation to affordable and subsidized social public housing was the amount of subsidy that the state, whether it's state government or federal government, public housing, that we have to subsidize. Because when we talk about a house unit being 42,000 low cost or 72,500 low medium cost, the actual market is not 42 or 72.5. It is an open secret. Everyone knows we have to subsidize. Private sector have to subsidize. You cannot build a unit, land cost plus building cost included at 42 and 72 today. It is not a secret. Everyone knows. The question is, what is the rough amount of cross subsidy? And this article refers, this is by your NSTP group and editor himself. I think he would have referred to whatever information that was raised during the radar meeting. And he says, these developers have no choice but to cross-subsidize the cost of building low-cost homes which will not be fully taken up via the sale of premium units. Current subsidies can go as high as $40,000 per unit. He mentioned $40,000 a unit. Now, I go back to my statement. This being the case, even going by a conservative estimate, namely at half the subsidy at 20,000 ringgit, times the 22,545 units of affordable housing to be built by the Penang State Government and PDC as stipulated above, the anticipated loss to the state government for building these affordable housing units will be around $450 million. That's why CM mentioned just now between 500 to 800 million. That's what he is anticipating. But I used even a conservative amount referring to this. This is not my source. This is a radar, Malaysia. The article adverts to the meeting, which would have referred to the current subsidies, which he states to be around 40,000 per unit. Okay? Very clear. 40,000 per unit. If it's 40,000 per unit, don't even look at 40,000 per unit, go at half. We're talking about 500 million. At a quarter also is already quarter billion, 250 million. Even if you want to go down to a quarter, you will suffer loss. But unfortunately, JKP and Perda, they have admitted they are going to make profit. On top of the fact that these lands are acquired for public purpose. So that's why I say, and I think CM has reiterated this now, confirmed, you want to build 100% full-blown, low-cost, low-medium cost for affordable housing, we will consider. But then it is commensurate with the purpose, public purpose. Public purpose means it must serve the interests of a section of the community. That is the law. The section of the community which it is sought to serve is the low category income people who cannot afford housing, if they're going to build housing. If they're going to build roads, they're going to build hospitals, schools, okay, fine. But this is housing project by JKP and Perda. So because it is housing project by JKP and Perda, in being consistent of following the law, when they say public purpose must serve a section of the community, that section that would be expected to be served is that low income category which cannot afford housing. So the housing must be low cost, low medium cost for affordable. That is the rationale behind why we say if they can revise their plans, we will consider. Okay, so once again, it is hoped that the facts and truth will prevail. There is no doubt that the Penang State government has and will continue to build low cost, low medium cost and affordable housing units for the rakyat of Penang. For those still in denial mode, I hereby invite them, including any of the reps of the Barisan Nasional, to attend my Mission Home Possible road shows. Don't tell me they have not read about this. I've been going on this for the last few months. It has been publicized by my very good media friends here. Don't tell me they don't know. Or are they in denial mode? I won't go on a road show if I don't have a unit to sell. Let me put it bluntly. Betul tak? So I will invite them, come and attend my Mission Home Possible roadshow. I'll even take them to the sales gallery in Batu Kawan for the first phase of Bandar Kasia. They don't know. Almost fully snapped up, 520 units. I can show them all these things, but we must go on the facts. That's why just now I was quite concerned. But when you don't have the facts, you cannot be blamed. You are only the reporter. You are the conduit pipe. We hope that you don't know the real facts. So that's why I'm here now to give you the real facts. But you know, maybe some people deliberately know the facts, still go and report them very susah. I just call upon you to try to report the true facts. Why? Because of my last paragraph. It should be noted that such half-truth coverage, which amounts to false reporting, is a great disservice to the lower income category who most need to know how to access housing. We are trying to help them. And when you say there is no low cost, low medium cost housing, when in fact there is, you are doing a disservice to that group. We are all trying to help them. You are one in that entire process, the big picture of trying to help them. The papers also play a very important part. I'm not blaming all, in fact I'm not blaming the majority, but I think you know there's one or two out there that has reported. So I wish to end by thanking all responsible media for taking the lead to disseminate the actual truth of the efforts by the Penang State government to deliver low cost, low medium cost and affordable housing to the rakyat.